Hey! If you also think Bowser is an amazing villain, you've come to the right place. Bowser, the Koopa King, tyrant of the Mushroom Kingdom, and abductor of princesses. Like I will abduct you if you do not subscribe, so you should do that. Anyhow, back to Bowser, one of the most iconic villains of all time. This giant turtle has been a household name for decades now, and there's a reason why. But if you haven't watched any of the previous episodes of Why Blank is an Amazing Villain, I will be ranking Bowser in 3 different categories, as well as a bonus one I want to try out. Being connection to hero, backstory / reasoning for villainy, presence, and the new one I want to try, personality and character traits. Before we start, I just want you to know that these are my opinions and not facts, obviously. So, let's go! Bowser's connection to Mario is an interesting one. He had essentially won. The Mushroom Kingdom was in his grasp. Most of the Toads were turned to bricks, and Peach was safely kept within his castle. Until this random goody two-shoes plumber shows up and thwarts him, and steals his love interest again, and again, and again. And it never seems to matter how strong he becomes. Mario always finds a way to outclass him. What makes it even more defeating is Bowser always steps away from victory, only to have it ripped away from him at the last minute, whether from overconfidence or some other factors. I feel like most people overlook that Mario is always playing catch-up, yet always remains victorious. This is why Bowser hates Mario so much. He's some outsider who showed up one day and has defeated him ever since. It feels so natural compared to what I thought it would be before making this video. As such, I think he deserves a 9.2 in connection to hero, because Mario just showed up, stole his victory and the heart of Princess Peach from right under his nose. Bowser's backstory isn't really explored. The closest thing we get is Yoshi's Island, where we see him being raised by Kamek as a baby. After being disturbed from his nap, he attacks Kamek and attempts to ride Yoshi, showing he's always been kind of a brat. He is then defeated by Yoshi and Mario. Afterward, Kamek vows revenge, saying someday they'll be back. As such, his reasons for villainy are never really explored. He is a tyrannical king that wants to expand his rule and marry the princess. While nowadays that's extremely bland, he should be cut a little bit of slack, as he is one of the characters that popularized this trope in gaming. I can't deny, however, he has a weaker backstory and reason than other characters in our series, so I must give him a 3. He at least gains another reason later on with Bowser Jr., as he tries his best to do everything he can for his son. Hopefully the movie will give him an actual backstory, because while he's fine without one, he could be a much better character with one. Bowser's presence is typically very strong, especially in modern titles like Galaxy and Odyssey. Both games' take on it, though, is surprisingly different. In Galaxy, Bowser has a large presence, even though he isn't seen often, but his actions are felt throughout the game. He has a grandiose opening, abducting Peach's whole castle with a UFO and destroying Toad Town with his armada. It is also stated Bowser is the reason the observatory is unpowered and unable to stop him. As a result, it forces Mario to travel to other galaxies just to power it back up. When we do see Bowser, he is at his reactors that he's built to harness. What the fuck am I on? When we do see Bowser, he's at his reactors, which he has built to harness the power of stars. actual ones, not the ones Mario collects, so he can use that power to rule the galaxy. Dyson, eat your heart out. While we don't see Bowser much, he doesn't need to be seen. His appearances show how big of a threat he actually is. Odyssey is similar, where we don't see him all too much in person, unless he's hindering you in a big way, like crashing your ship to prevent you from following him anymore. But unlike in Galaxy, he's seen everywhere on posters, and he purposefully leaves minions behind just to hinder you. Like the rabbits he hired to arrange his wedding, Goombas, a classic choice, and a literal fucking dragon! Where did he even find it? Let alone... Anyway, back on track. His actions also feel more prominent, because you see the side effects on areas and how it affects the land's locals. Like freezing over a desert by stealing a ring, or stealing a city's power with a giant mecha wiggler. And his best asset, by far, is the fear he instills upon the kingdoms. He is often shown as temperamental, punishing those who fail him, and terrorizing any kingdom he plans on conquering. Few characters don't fear Bowser, Mario being one of those few. As such, I think he deserves a 10 in presence. When he is on the screen, he feels powerful, and rightfully so. Plus, he's always challenging Mario, either himself or via his actions. And now for the DLC category I wanted to test out. So if you think we should keep it, let us know. I felt this had to be gone over. And while it is true this would be more opinionated than the rest of the categories, it's still a big part of villains. Bowser, at first glance, seems like he's just a big brute, and not much more. And the platformers, yeah, you wouldn't be too wrong, with the major exception being Sunshine. The RPGs make him more comedic, while still retaining his ferocity and temperamental tendencies. He gets to show us his other sides, especially when you get to play as him. His interactions with the cast show him sad when he's being outclassed, as well as some egotistic monologues, and show he is willing to do some good, if it means he's preventing another villain from beating him. And he even has a few moments in Super Paper Mario, showing that even some acts of villainy are too much, like when a whole world is destroyed. We even get to see him have regrets, like harming his castle in Bowser's Inside Story. The RPGs show us that Bowser doesn't have to be a one-sided, big brute character. And the final part of his character, he is a great dad. Yeah, that's right, the giant turtle loves his son and does all he can for him. At the end of Sunshine, it is revealed he lied to Bowser Jr. about Peach being his mother, because all he wanted was to give him a mom. Bowser's even proud of Bowser Jr. when he says he wants to help fight Mario. Funnily enough, there's even a commercial where he's shown trying to protect Bowser Jr. with parental controls on his Nintendo Switch, and later playing video games with him. I give him a solid 8.8 on personality. He doesn't always have a big personality in games, nor does he need it, but he does have a charming one when they choose to explore it. Overall, Bowser gets a 23.2 out of 30, or a 31 out of 40 with the new category. While he gets kneecapped point-wise from the backstory category, he is still really strong in the others, showing why he is a gaming icon.
Hey guys, I just wanted to real quickly let you know, if you want us to keep using the personality category for the rest of this season of why blank is an amazing villain, then please let us know in the comments, because if not enough people are vocal about it, we don't know if we're going to keep using it. But yeah, peace.